All right, and welcome back to another episode of EssendZOOM Royals, where I'm joined by Essendon Royals senior striker Peter Marinkovic. Welcome, Peter.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, Peter, tell us a little bit about your football journey to date. Obviously, this was meant to be your first season at Royals, but obviously hasn't quite panned out the way we expected.
Yeah,
so, tell us a little bit about the journey that brought you to Royals. Obviously, I know you had some A-League Academy experience.
Yep. So it all started back. I've been playing for probably around 15 years, I'd say. And I kind of always just had it from day one that I've always wanted to kind of get something out of it, really. So from my family, and they've always pushed me to be my best. And kind of fell into the position where I was lucky enough to go to New South Wales and play for the Jets program up there, the Newcastle Jets. So I was there for a good 2.5 years, so away from family and stuff like that, which was pretty full on. Especially it was just me and my dad as well. So it's a big sacrifice to get away from all the family and try something new.
Yeah.
Thankfully, opened up a lot of doors, and still got good contacts with them. So it definitely helps. And then we got an offer from Melbourne City to come back. So we decided to bring back to have all the family together. And it felt like it was a good move. It was a big club coming up. They had a takeover from Manchester City at the time. So we thought that they looked quite positive and the academy looked pretty strong. So we decided to take the jump and come back to Melbourne.
Yeah.
And I was off to go on. So was that?
So what was it like over in Newcastle? Obviously, you spoke about, having to leave the family behind in Melbourne, and that's obviously probably one of the realities of trying to make it as a professional footballer. You're always sort of on the move. So how was that experience? Like, what?
Yeah, well, it was pretty. It was good. Like I quite enjoyed it. It was a different scenery. Newcastle's quite a lot more relaxed over there.
Yeah.
Compared to Melbourne. But yeah, like I enjoyed it. It was good. Good. How can I say? Like, because I had to go away from all the family, which was quite extremely difficult at one stage, a couple of stages. But yeah, I got through it. How can I say that it was quite a big jump coming from a boy that was, like I was saying, I was only 14 at the time, going over there and staying there for a good couple of years, which was different. Because you don't really think about it at that age when you're going from school with all your mates. You don't expect to be going halfway across the country to play football, you know what I mean? But it was great experience, and I'm glad that I was able to go over there and play football for an A-League academy, which was a great stepping stone for future, really. How it's kind of led me into all these other positions that I've got myself into.
So what's life like as a 14, 15-year-old in an A-League academy? Obviously, so you had to move schools. They put you into a local school. Did you have to find a school yourself? Like, how does that all work?
Yeah, so they had a recommendation for a school, but we kind of decided to go our own path, really. And we decided to just go to a local school. They were really helpful. And yeah, like it was pretty full on. They were probably doing 5 sessions a week.
Okay.
And sometimes even morning sessions as well. So it was
plus games.
Plus games, yeah. Plus games. And it was a great setup. We had Gary Van Egmond as the head of technical director. And yeah, we had some great coaches. And it was great. Because I was one of the first ones to actually start up this academy, because in Melbourne we didn't really have anything like that. And we decided to go over there, see what it's like, and that's kind of where it led me to.
Yeah, cool. And then obviously training with Melbourne City part-time, but you were playing, I think you said at Port Melbourne at the time, or Avondale?
Yeah, so I was at, so when I came back, I was offered a spot, and they only had under 18s, and then they had the 20s, but the 18s weren't playing games.
Yeah.
Rather the 20s were in the NPL at the time.
Yeah.
And so we tried to figure something out, because I was still quite young at the time.
Yeah.
So they decided for me to get more game time to go out on like a loan kind of thing, and I started to play games more, and with Avondale at the time.
Yeah.
Avondale at the time. And yeah, so I was able to train twice a week with them, and then during the holidays when I was at school, I'll train throughout the whole week in the morning with them, and then at night I'll train with Avondale. So I was still involved with the club. They always keep an eye on me. So I was there for a good year and a bit, if not longer.
Yeah.
Training with them. So yeah.
And then it's obviously this year that you've decided to come to Royals. So what, I guess having played in A-League academies and then, you know, having had some exposure to, I guess, NPL youth football, what was the major driving factor between coming to the Royals?
Yeah, so these was one of the coaches that we got in contact with, and we just wanted to try and get some more, how can I say, because it's a lot more higher level and a lot more intense, and the quality obviously is a lot better than we'd get as a 20s or reserves playing games. So we decided to get in contact with Royals. They had a great, with new facilities that they opened up, great fan base, great community values and stuff like that. So it was great to kind of get involved with a family based, you know what I mean? And we just decided to take that jump because it takes you to the next level. How can I say?
Yeah.
And it's more of me developing as a player and as a person.
Yeah.
And feeling comfortable with the older lads, you know, and being pushed to be my best. And it took a bit of time, but I kind of started to get, sadly, that everything happening again. But once the first quarantine finished and we got back training, I was really happy to be back, and I was really confident. And that was kind of what I was missing at the very start.
Yeah.
But then I started to find it, and I was pretty happy with the way I was performing. It's just a shame that we were 2 weeks away or so from starting again.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to show it, but yeah, it was just really wanted to get involved in becoming a better athlete and playing at a high level. So that's why I really just decided to play senior football.
Yeah, and I think one of the things we spoke about when, you know, we announced the signing was, you know, the need to try and break into a senior team and get regular senior minutes. I mean, obviously you've had great youth experience, but how big is that step up to being able to play senior football at a good level? And obviously in State League One, there's, you know, some very good teams, and you're playing against bigger bodies. How important is that at your age, I guess? And why did you feel like this was the time to try and make that jump?
Yeah, well, in fact, I believe that reserves and all that stuff is quite good, but there's that stage where you just need to push yourself. And I was probably, if I did do reserves again, it'd probably been like fourth year as a as this player. And I started playing at Avondale. I was 15 at the time, playing on the 20s. You know, I mean, it's a big step, and at that time. But now I just turned 19 this year, so it's kind of that phase where you want to go in to another level, and it's a big step. It really is a big step, but you kind of develop, and you kind of the boys are quite helpful, and the coaches are there to believe in you.
Yeah.
And and then just, how can I say, it was good to have that opportunity. And hopefully I can continue to show that I deserve to be playing senior football, and up, and I can get back to it.
And you did play quite a few senior friendlies, obviously, but before the season was meant to start. Obviously, we played in the Melbourne Cup, so you got a fair few minutes in that competition, and mainly against senior NPL opposition as well. So how do you think you dealt with that challenge, and you know, what were you enjoying about that?
Yeah, well, it's a lot quicker, definitely a lot quicker, and you just have to be a lot sharper and make the right decisions before you get the ball, and make sure that you're alert, kind of thing. And that's something I have to develop and learn, especially playing against those NPL clubs. They're there for a reason, and we played really well against them. And like I was saying, coming back to confidence, it's all about confidence. And if you believe in yourself that you're able to do something, then anything's possible. And that's something that's really key. And then all the stuff will just work together at the end of the day, and just trying to believe that all comes down to all the players believing in your ability and giving you the ball or being able to showcase your talent, really. So
Yeah.
but yeah, like it was that tournament was really good to see how we are as a team compared to everyone else in the state, or those couple of teams we played against, and we did quite well. We were close to winning it as well, so which was a great achievement, and it just shows that B and all the other coaches that won and Carlo, that we did put a lot of effort in, and that we deserve to be where we are and to be going higher, and how can I say, it was a shame that, like I was saying, that we couldn't really continue playing,
get the season going,
get the season starting. But what we showed in the pre-season games and what we've been doing is positive. It's a good sign of what's ahead for the club.
Yeah. Obviously, lots of experience in the squad, particularly in some of those, forward roles. Obviously, Lee Menopoulos, Dave Van Schip, and of course Archie Thompson. So, what were you trying to learn from these guys in training? Obviously, lots of varying experience there. Archie's obviously played, the top level in Australia for a long time, and Davey and Lee obviously plenty of NPL experience there. So I guess what sort of things were you looking to take from those guys?
Yeah, well, they were great role models, especially Archie Thompson. We got along quite well, which was really good to see someone that's been at that high, also humble and supportive, and it was great, especially Van Schip and Lee, also great forwards, and just watching him how easy it looks, and trying to how can I say, just practice and just copy them really, and they're there for a reason. They've gone through that level, so if they've done it right, I'm sure if you follow their footsteps, you can definitely do the same. So yeah, it was just great to have them around, and it's good for the club and the fans, and even for the youth, the kids that are coming up, to just watch them train and just how easy it looks, and just the quality that's there is fantastic. But just little things, just movement wise and how to finish and their vision and stuff like that, just makes a big difference in the senior football game. So just watching that throughout training and games, definitely.
And was that like part of the reason to come to Royals? Because obviously, a player of your sort of size and with I guess your academy experience might have been sort of in demand for a couple of other clubs. But was it the combination of the experienced strikers you could learn off and obviously working with an experienced coach like Vital as well? Were they sort of some of the reasons that brought you across?
Yeah, 100%. Because Vital is known for being able to give those young players opportunities. So I thought, you know what, we might as well have a look at what they're offering, and it was quite impressed from the start, from the get go, and just the players that were there. I wasn't too sure what the players that were there. I knew a few, like Van Skip and stuff like that, but Archie come pretty late.
Yeah,
that Archie's involvement that's going to come to the club, it definitely gave us, not just me, but the whole team, a boost of just having that A-League's like professional play in the environment definitely helps to become a better team. So but yeah, Vitali's been there, done that. He's still going quite strong, and I'm sure he would have been very, very successful this year with all the depth that we had. It was looking quite promising.
Yeah. And obviously, we are stuck in lockdown now. So what have you been doing with yourself to try and keep fit and active?
As you can see, I've grown out the hair a bit. So it's probably the longest I've ever had my hair. So I haven't really had to look after it as much. But yeah, I've just been keeping fit and really active. I've probably done a lot more training than I was prior. So I'm feeling really fit, and like I was saying, when I got back from the first quarantine that we had, I was buzzing. I was loving it, and I was ready to rock and roll and go and have a good crack at it. And I deserve to be there with the club, and yeah, I've just been doing lifting up my intensity a lot more, and just trying to keep as fit as possible and keep on with the ball, and just training as much as possible. It's good that I have a local pitch down not too far, so it's not an issue for me to go down there and practice, and I'm trying to master the free kick and a couple other things just to make sure that I'm ready for whenever it gets started all again, so we can have another pre-season
Yeah, well, that'll be three before the season actually
Exactly
starts. So,
right, exactly right. But yeah, just yeah, like what can I say? You can't really do much. It's quite a crazy time, and just trying to be able to believe and just don't give up. You know, what I mean, a lot of people might be frustrated, but
yeah,
as long as you can keep working hard and just believe in yourself and do the things that you believe that's right, then you'll get through it. And like myself, I've been doing the same thing and just focusing on how I can improve myself, and it's been quite well. So yeah,
beautiful. Beautiful. And obviously, next season probably feels like a long, long time away, but I know V has sort of been keeping in touch with all the boys. So what's the communication been like on that front? You've been sort of staying in touch with V and some of the other guys?
yeah. So we got the group chat, and how can I say, it kind of just happened all of a sudden, and we couldn't really have a goodbye or have a
Yeah,
last meet up or something like that. So it was quite a shame that we just got told overnight that we couldn't train anymore.
yeah,
But yeah, like we'll definitely keep in touch. We'll for sure keep in touch. Just trying to find out what's next really, and hopefully V and the other coaches are happy to take me back in. You know what I mean? And we can work together and help the club be back where they belong. You know what I mean? So yeah, just stuff like that, and just keeping sure that everyone's doing well really, and having a bit of a laugh on the WhatsApp
yeah.
group, and yeah, that's pretty much all we've been able to do at the moment.
Yeah, beautiful. Well, Peter, thank you so much for your time and joining us today.